Level up your success with the ICABA World Network, where accomplished Black professionals and entrepreneurs have created a thriving global ecosystem built from valuable connections and impactful collaborations. Be a part of a trusted network that uplifts, inspires, and enhances your success. Join like-minded and leading Black professionals to foster meaningful relationships, unlock opportunities, and access the resources you need to thrive in your career, business, and life. Go to ICABAWorldNetwork.com and join today.
Good morning, everyone. I want to welcome you to the inaugural event of the ICABA Business Connect. We are so very happy that you are here with us today. And we have a phenomenal panel of individuals that are going to be here. And we are looking forward to a phenomenal opportunity today as we're going to get connected to contracting opportunities. We're going to get connected to capital. And we're going to also make some very high value relationship connections to some individuals here and share with you things that are coming up with ICABA. But all of this is designed to enhance your career, your business growth. So thank you for being with us. And we're still letting people into the room, which is always a good thing. And I want to right now share my screen, and if you'll give me just a minute, I will do that. All right, and you should now see the welcome screen, and we want to again welcome you to ICABA Biz Connect, designed to enhance your business growth. And for those of you who are new, ICABA is a South Florida-based career and business development company established in 2009, delivering relationships, experiences, and resources to professionals and entrepreneurs of color to enhance your career, business, and lifestyle. We identify, connect, and activate relationships among our 13,000 professionals and entrepreneurs of color and deliver value to you by this trusted online community that we have, programs, and our signature events. Right now, I'm going to share a little bit from a member perspective.
What can I say about ICABA? It is like the best experience I've had as an entrepreneur. My business has grown to what it is because of the relationships in ICABA.
ICABA is great. It's really a great incubator for connections and business relationships and educating new business people into the world of business.
What is ICABA doing? ICABA is putting you in an environment where you can rub shoulders, you can actually talk to wealth creators, to entrepreneurs who may look like you, who may come from circumstances like you, who may come from an environment like your environment. And then once you go ahead and grab that baton, you might say, well, this is possible. This individual over here did it, and now I can do it. So ICABA is raising our level of vision. They're doing a fantastic job.
I'm Bill Pickard, chairman of Global Automotive Alliance, and I can't believe what ICABA has done again. Just wonderful people, very energized and very economically and entrepreneurially driven.
Hi, my name is Jermaine Beebe. I'm the current president and CEO of the Greater North Miami Chamber of Commerce. I would say for anyone who's interested and who is looking to network and actually get value out of joining an organization, you will certainly see the value in ICABA.
I encourage everyone to come and just share and just be here and just get to know the people. You know, I've met some fantastic people, and my network has just grown tremendously, and my business has grown tremendously. And it's an organization that just believes in just people who have ambition, people who just really want to go after their dreams. Like, you really can do that here, and people here really support each other. So I encourage you to come. We're excited to support you and all our new members. This is just a fantastic place, and I'm so happy that Jerome executed this vision so perfectly.
So a little bit about the ICABA Biz Connect. It is a bi-monthly virtual event designed to provide you with connections, relationships, information, and opportunities to enhance your business growth. It's going to take place on the first and third Wednesday from 8 to 8:45. It's a 45-minute Zoom meeting with call-ins that we also extend on Facebook Live. featured guests who are business growth, subject matter leaders, thought leaders, private and public sector leaders will participate. We will also do a spotlight on companies who are making significant contributions to the success of Black entrepreneurs. We'll also feature access to capital opportunities, corporate and government contracting opportunities. There will be an Entrepreneur of the Week spotlight and a business mogul moment, along with coaching and mentoring opportunities that we'll share, as well as an event calendar. So this is going to be an interactive piece. One of the things that we're going to do today is we've muted your audio, but we didn't set this up as a webinar because we really want to know who was there. And so I am going to, once we get started with our speakers, turn folks on, and from time to time, I will go back and forth between what we call gallery view and speaker view so we can see who's here. So trying to simulate being in person. And we'll also want you to know that there'll be a limited Q&A, but any questions that you have, please place them in the chat. Also, expect top line information and highlights from the speakers. As you've noted, there isn't a one particular subject or a theme other than bringing you together to connect to relationships, information, and opportunity. And so we're going to do that a little bit in a rapid fire way. And but also know that there will be a video replay of this event on the ICABA World community. And you will also be able to connect with the speakers that you're hearing from today on the ICABA World community. So without any further ado, we're going to go ahead and get started. And I'm going to introduce our first speaker, Sandy Michael McDonald, who has been the director of the Broward County Office of Economic Small Business Development since June 2013. In alignment with the office's mission to stimulate economic development, Mr. McDonald is committed to supporting the growth and development of small businesses in Broward County, which are a great asset to our local community. He also serves as Broward's designated disadvantaged business enterprise liaison officer. So I present to some and introduce to others, Sandy Michael McDonald. Sandy, the floor is yours.
Thank you, Hutch. Good morning, everyone. Again, Sandy McDonald, Director of the Office of Economic and Small Business Development. If you happen to be in Broward County, by all means, it's your economic development office. If you happen to be in South Florida, take advantage of the fact that it's already taxpayer paid here in Broward County. So as Hutch said, this is about rapid fire. So I'm gonna give you a lot of information in a condensed time amount. However, broward.org/econdev, short for economic development. Broward.org/econdev. That's our website. Everything I'm going to say briefly and more can be found on that website. So let's talk about Broward County. Outside of COVID last year, 1 billion with a B, 1 billion in goods, materials, and services procured every year. We buy 1 billion in goods, materials, and services every year. Now, let me be clear. We buy a lot. We don't buy everything. So on the small business side, if you happen to manufacture or sell handbags, we don't buy handbags. But think about us. We own an airport. We own a cruise port. We own county buildings. We own county parks. We own county roadways. We have governmental consulting services, training and leadership development services. Whatever the county buys, our office is charged and challenged with procuring at least 25% of that with certified small businesses. So certainly we want to make sure you know more about how to become a certified small business. But right now, coming out of this COVID, Broward County doing its part to try to jumpstart our economy in certain industries and certain trades. In addition to 1 billion in goods, materials, and services starting last year, and for about the next 3 years in terms of getting started, not completion, but at least getting started. There's over 2 billion with a B projects that we will be bringing to fruition. That includes the continuation of the expansion of the convention center. Some of you have been crossing over the 17th Causeway, you see that activity, but that is also going to include, as we go later into the summer and the market gets a tad bit better, the selling of the bonds for an 800-key hotel, signature hotel that's not going to be attached to this new convention center. In case you hadn't been hearing, Broward County and the city of Fort Lauderdale, we're working on a joint government center. We're going to do a campus That project within its own right is going to be the short side of about $700 million. Then we got a forensic science center going. We got a South Regional courthouses doing a lot of improvements. A supervisor of elections is going to get a new facility, main library complex. I know that sounds like a lot of construction and a lot of trade work, but I need you to think beyond just the hammer and the nails. A lot of that is also, for the first time, going to be the architects, the engineers, the design, the project management. So we're going to start adding some of the professional services to that. So in addition to all the things that we buy that you need to know about, and Hutch and ICABA is making sure you have a direct link to see the bids that are coming out, we want to make sure you recognize through our office. We not only want to tell you about the opportunities, but we want to help to navigate and prepare you to go after these. So I actually do a workshop. It's called Certified Now What? And it's actually talking about 3 Ps. Nope, not coming out of a COVID, PPE, but 3 Ps, program, process, and people. That's when we make sure you understand that this program, the program I operate, is by a county ordinance. It's a law. You want to learn that program to advantage your opportunities in the process, which is the county bids, knowing and how to get information before the bid ever comes out, finding information about the past bid, finding information about the precinct bid tab, and finding ways to joint venture or find out prime contractors who will be required to use small businesses. And then similar to this, people. Knowing folks like ICABA and Hutch, knowing our office, we do a lot of meet and greets. We introduce you to county agencies. When you really understand the 3 Ps, you put yourself as a business in the best position to be competitive for Broward County contracts. So let's read real quick as I get ready to finish. You're in private industry, most of you. So the same way you have to target and go after contracts in the private industry sector, in addition or otherwise just learning the government navigation, is the same. So there's no guarantees and there's no promises. It is extremely competitive. We've carved out opportunities for the small business to take advantage of. We have opportunities where the small businesses bid against the small and not against the big boys. But if you are a business, the only thing I want to make clear, you're just looking at Broward County as another one of your opportunities. By no means do you ever want to stick all your eggs in one basket. You can look at my 31 cities as a potential another opportunity. You can look at Miami-Dade Small Business Program as another opportunity. You can stay right here at home and look at Broward County Schools as another opportunity. I'm trying to be clear because I don't want you to go to any government institution specifically and think you can hang your hat there 100%. But if these government entities, these institutions, if they are looking for the good material or service that you provide, you owe it to yourself, other than your time, to freely understand more, get all your information, and yes, if interested, only if interested, get registered as a vendor and get certified as a small business. Our job is to make sure that that information is out there. My job is not to convince anyone to come after the county's dollars. But my job is to make sure if you decide to, without making false promises, my job is to make sure we give you all the information and assistance you'll need to navigate Broward County procurement. So broward.org/econdev is our website. You're going to see an upcoming event. This is Women's Month, so we got to rebuild, improve, sustain, and engage. RISE is a workshop series I've been doing since November. Our next workshop is actually March 5th at 11:30, and it's going to feature a representative from the SBA, a representative from my office, a representative from a financial institution. And this is specifically, men, you can attend, but this is specifically to make sure as women-owned businesses, you know everything there is to know about the SBA, their resources and their opportunities, and their programs specifically targeted to women-owned businesses. Those are the things that we're attempting to do. We don't want to do workshops and webinars with or without COVID just for the sake of it. We want to do it if it's sustainable, if it's substantive, and if it adds value to the small businesses in Broward. So again, I encourage you, broward.org/econdev. That's our website. You will have a chance to even subscribe to get our Wednesday newsletter, where everything I'm saying and more comes out every single Wednesday, including a section called Hot Tips. So I like to give my small businesses, all fair, but truthfully, I give my small businesses more information before bids ever hit the street, because we know how you love doing homework. You want to dot your I's and cross your T's and be in a position to be competitively successful. So you don't want to wait for a bid to hit the street. You need as much information as you can. And my Wednesday night newsletter does that for you. So again, go to our website, see all of the events on our calendars, hear about past events, watch those videos. And for some, as I am Hutch, who have gotten certified with us over the years, I've been here 8 years this upcoming May, I can now finally say, because again, we were slow, we missed it, we should have did it. Folks, you can get certified online. I mean, you can pay your taxes online. Why shouldn't you get certified online? That's right. Prior to now, you still had to download my application, use an ink pen or a pencil, mail it in, drop it off. You can now just simply fill out the application in your leisure, upload your documents, and start that process electronically. I'm excited about that, even though I'll own the fact we should have did that 10 years ago, but it's there now, and we want to make sure that convenience is accessible to you. So Hutch and ICABA, thanks for having me this morning. Thanks for allowing me to share some of this information, and I'll be around for the duration of your program.
Okay, well, Sandy, we've got a question for you. So for those opportunities in Broward County, Celicia Smith-Gordon wants to know, does Broward require, or is it best practices to be certified as a small Black business?
So for Broward County, we are a race and gender neutral program. Broward Schools is a race and gender conscious program, and they have a neutral program. So with that being said, for us, if you are a business, if you're in Broward, if you've been here at least 1 year, if the personal net worth of the owner is $1.3 million or less, not counting your primary residence, and if your business generates revenue of $5 million or less over 3 years, and if you're in construction, $9 million or less over 3 years, you're eligible to get certified for free. So again, Palm Beach, Broward, Miami, we all have our own small business program, and those are primarily the rules for all three. You have to be a certified business in Broward.
Okay. Well, one of the things that some people are asking about how to contact you, so I am letting them know, go to the ICABA World community. We're going to show you how to do that in a second, and you can connect with Sandy there, no different than going to LinkedIn. And so it is designed specifically to support what we're doing here today and get people connected to the individuals who are speaking and other folks who are here as well. And Sandy, you know, I think that the hot tips that you're talking about, hopefully maybe we can, we'll pick that newsletter up and start sharing that in the, on our pages related to the Broward County Small Business and Economic Development Office. So, you know, I just want to close out Sandy's comments by just saying that Sandy is definitely one of the top economic development leaders in this country, and extremely committed, creative, and effective in putting together programs that are helping small businesses grow, and particularly businesses of color. So we have a real gem in our hands, and sometimes they say that profit is recognized everywhere but at home. Well, Sandy, you're at home and you're recognized, my brother, and thank you for everything that you do.
Thanks for having me, Hutch. Appreciate it.
So next up is I'm going to go back to any other questions. I think also, everyone, you can use your chat to communicate with the speakers. We purposely have kept up the screen in the way that we did because we wanted to support the type of communication that we have going on right now with everybody. And so that it wasn't feeling like people were talking into a hole that you sometimes get when you're doing a webinar and you don't get the sense of belonging with other people in the room. So hopefully this will work out for us in being able to do that today. And I also want to, as we're talking, I'm going to share with you the ICABA World community. And here we go. So here is somewhere that you can go that's brand new and find opportunities such as bids with the Broward County Office for Economic Development. And we are in soft launch right now with this site. But over the next several months, you're going to be able to go and find many, if you will, opportunities. So as you can see, there's the about, which will tell you things that you need to know about as it relates to the site, the ICABA community, ICABA World. We have a access to capital, bids, business coaching, business organizations. We have a career center for those who are looking for jobs. We want career coaching. There's an event calendar. We also have other resources here that you can become, if you will, get access to. But real quickly, in terms of click on bids, RFPs and opportunities, as you can see, Broward County government pops up at the top. You click on bids, and that will take you to the Broward County office and the bids that they have. So I wanted to let you know that. For those of you, I'm gonna give you a little tip. Going to their bid link actually takes you to the latest bids that they have in terms of the oldest. So when you get down to the bottom of the screen, you want to click at the very end to take you back up to the most current. So, guys, I really thank Sandy for being a part of our inaugural event today. And now I want to introduce to you our next speaker. And the company Come is no stranger to you, so you may be meeting their market leader for the first time here, and his name is Pablo Pino. And Pablo Pino is the market leader for TD Bank, and TD Bank has been a phenomenal, if you will, partner in our community. And they do a great job in terms of as a bank, but they also do a great job as it relates to supporting our community. And part of that support has been demonstrated here recently with a $1 million commitment and donation to the Broward Urban League and supporting their entrepreneurship center there. And Pablo Pino, who is now leading the TD Bank here in South Florida for commercial lending, he has been with them since 2008 with over 30 years of experience in commercial and retail banking. He's been instrumental in building TD Bank's strong commercial portfolio, as well as securing top talent to continually strengthen the commercial banking team in South Florida. He serves on several boards throughout the community, including the Urban League of Broward County and the Beacon Council. So it's my pleasure to introduce to most of you and present to the others, Pablo Pino. Pablo, it's all yours.
Thank you, Hutch, and thank you for having this event. This is a great event, especially in these times when everyone is, working remotely and connecting is so important. And piggybacking on what Sandy was sharing with you, for all these great contracts that are out there, you need capital. So I want you guys to know that TD Bank is here to support you. TD Bank has been around for 150 years. We have about 80 locations in South Florida. We're one of the top SBA lenders. We are, as you probably know, with the PPP program, we're in the process right now in processing, I think, 25,000 applications for the second round of PPP for a total of $1.7 billion. As you probably know also, and I think we're going to get more information later on, the SBA has a bunch of great programs out there, with 7As that they're waiving all the fees. They're taking care of the first 3 months of payments. So we're here to help. We have great bankers. We have about 40 business bankers. It could be a simple loan of $50,000 to multi-million dollars. We have the right bankers in place to make sure that we could sit down one-on-one with each business owner, understand their needs, come up with different options. And the other thing, as you all know, it's a great time. Interest rates are, they're starting to tick up a little bit, but still you can lock in pretty good rates for 10 years, probably in the low 4% or even less than that. We've been here to help our businesses continue to grow. We have extended hours, right? So we're open 7 days a week, our branches, our stores, we call them stores. And we open as early as 7:30, 8 o'clock in the morning, and we stay open late. So it's a great combination for business owners that are busy, maybe on the way into the office or on the way out. And, we all have our mobiles and always connected 24/7. So we're here to help you and grow your business. Great opportunities out here in Broward and all of South Florida. And for that, you need capital, and we're here to help you. And we'll run through the process as quickly as we can. So thank you, Hutch, for having us, and we look forward to working with all of you. My contact information will be out there, or if not, you could easily visit any of our stores. We deliver our secret sauce. We deliver a, one TD. So if you walk into a store and you actually need a personal residential mortgage, or you're looking for a business loan, they'll make sure to connect us to connect you with the right folks within the bank to get you going. My name is Pablo Pino, and I am here to support you in any way that I can.
Okay. Well, Pablo, I know there are some other members of your team, and there's actually an ICABA member, Shanique Nagelbush, is on with us. And Shanique, if you want to share with your chat, with folks that you are a member of the team, commercial lending for TD Bank, please do so. And also folks can connect with you at the ICABA world community. And so we're just happy to know that you're there and creating those bridges and as a liaison. We also have been doing business with TD Bank in terms of a partner for about 6 years now. And we've had our annual event at their Los Olas branch. Unfortunately, last year was the first year that we didn't do it. It looks like we may not do it this year, but I am proud to announce that on March 25th, we're partnering with TD Bank to present the ICABA Women of Impact. And also my partner in crime, Angie LaBianca, who she and I have gotten to become close friends. And so we're really happy. I see Shanique is, excuse me, is saying hello to everybody. So Pablo, thank you very much. And to TD Bank, and thank you for all the great things you're doing in the community. As we did some research and looking at TD Bank and how they've been engaging with communities of color ever since the social justice has kind of, if you will, taken on a whole new life after the unfortunate death of George Floyd. TD Bank has been a leading company in both its statement, words, deed, and its actions as it relates to support. And so we want to encourage them and to double the efforts and to continue to do this, because not only is it good to do, but it's also not only is the right thing to do, but it's good to do for business. And so we're just really excited about that. Our next speaker on deck is going to be someone that I have dubbed the profitability coach. And she is a phenomenal, if you will, lady. And she's been doing a great job of running her business, Lead Accounting Practice, to teach small business owners to use their accounting system to control their assets and interpret their financials in order to grow and sustain their business. She has and her team have a track record of carefully analyzing the landscape of small businesses to bring changes that will represent the true picture of their financial health. The bottom line is, guys, having your financial systems in place is not just about, getting ready to do your taxes at the end of the year. That's intel that should guide decision-making and opportunity identification for you and your business to know whether or not you need to either do something that will help you to increase revenue or some things that you may be able to do to reduce expenses. And understanding those things is something that Debbie does a great job of. And so she doesn't just give you the numbers, but she gives you the insights that come with those numbers. And so without any further ado, ladies and gentlemen, I turn it over to Debbie Bailey.
Thank you. Thank you, Hutch, and good morning, everyone. Now, Hutch, you sum it up quite nicely, and I thank you for saying that. So I am with Lead Accounting Practice, the founder, and what we bring to the table is 40 plus years. It's a combine now. I'm not very old, but 40 plus years of accounting experience. And we specialize in sustaining and developing small businesses. At Lead Accounting Practice, we have a simple motto that says we give value and success follows. And in giving value, we do things like the Urban League of Broward County. There we volunteer on a regular basis to provide one-on-one consultation to any small businesses that they would reach out to us and ask us, can we provide, be it financial projections, accounting, government contracting, or small business business growth. So we do that at the league, and our accounting system comes quite different from the regular. We have been through COVID-19, and we have seen how so many small businesses were not able to produce simple financials. So we're changing that path. We are meeting with our small businesses, we're educating our small businesses. Not only do we do accounting services, but we do services that is going to help, as Hutch said, help you to understand your financials. We meet with you regular. We show you how to get ready for someone like Pablo Pino. We talk to you about getting contracting with Mr. McDonald. So what we do at LEAD is that we have a group, we align ourselves with the strong leaders of our county, the ICABA, the Office of Economic and Small Businesses, the Jim Moran Institute, the Urban League. These are places that we encourage our clients to know what services they do. Mr. McDonald spoke about the people, the process, and the program. We study that. We know where to help you to develop your revenue building, to make sure that you understand the ins and outs of your business. One of the things that we're doing at ICABA coming soon is that we will have a profitability coaching mastermind group. And I encourage you guys to tap into it, because there you'll see value of how to really grow and sustain your business. It's not all about accounting for us. Like I said earlier, we're giving value. And with value, we're positive that the success will follow. So our value comes in the form of ICABA. It comes in the form of the Office of Economics, TD Bank, the Urban League, the Jim Moran, the SBDC. These are strong agencies for us to be familiar with. So what we do, we took on the work as to get familiar with all these services. We're giving it back to you. All you have to do is don't recreate the wheel, but listen and move forward. So what we do is that we're passionate, very passionate about your success. And it starts with your numbers. Your numbers tell the story, not a story, the story. So in sitting with LEAD Accounting, we will go the extra mile for you. We will sit our services that does not only include a financial report. It includes you understanding what does it mean. You're in the red. What does it mean? How does the bank look at your financials? How does the grants, how they look at your financials? So we educate, and in educating, that's the value you want as a small business, because like I said, your numbers will tell the story, and it is our intention to make sure that that story is correct. Hutch, I don't know about my time, but I'm Jamaican and I'm going fast. I'm done.
All right, well, fantastic. I was holding it 1 minute till you took a breath, and but you wrapped up, so that was great. Guys,
Okay.
I also want you all to really appreciate the fact that ICABA is a trusted community, over 13,000 professionals and entrepreneurs of color. And we have moved into the next phase, which is actually the activation phase of our business model, something we've been working on for the past 11 years. When we started out, we had 2 people that was involved with what we were doing with ICABA. Now we've got over 13,000. Now is that we've been able to, through events and other things we've done, get an aggregation of a large number of individuals. We are now leveraging and activating that with our mastermind groups, with these kind of events. And we're making sure that as a member of ICABA, you're getting exposure and engagement with people that you can do business with. And the people are also getting exposure and engagement with you, with the value that you bring, with your knowledge, your expertise, your resources, and your connections. And that's really how we can grow. That's how we will build businesses. That was how we will be able to increase revenue and all the things that are important in order for a business to be successful. So guys, you are seeing it happen right now. And one of the things I'm excited about, I see that Precious Williams, who is one of our members, she's a former attorney. So when I say former attorney, because now she is the pitch master supreme out of New York City. And at one point, Precious was actually homeless. Today, Precious has just signed a contract, and you will be seeing her on national TV pitching for MasterCard. And she works with some of the top, if you will, brands and companies and individuals, helping them to learn how to perfect their pitch. She's a Shark Tank winner, and I saw her cheering on Debbie as she was speaking, because they've gotten to know each other, our Faith Work Fridays that we do every Friday and other things. And so, Precious, I'm glad that you're here. And I also just want to say to everybody that's here, because I sent out a note to a number of my friends and just says, hey, listen, this is our first one. I'd love if you could show up today. And I can see a lot of you are here, and it warms my heart. And hopefully it's a somewhat, if you will, a recognition of the fact that we're doing good work and that we should continue to do it. So without any more further ado, I'm going to move forward now to our next speaker. And she is our entrepreneur of the week. And she is a phenomenal lady. For those of you who may be familiar, there is a company called McKinsey, and they're one of the leading, if not top, if you will, consulting companies in the country. And so as we all have our goals and people that we model after, she has set her goal to be, if you will, the, and I will just use the term, the Black McKinsey at some point. But she is a persuasive and influential executive leader with more than 10 years of achievement, fueling next level operations in multi-industry environments. She's an innovation-focused change driver with a history of transforming sales with decisive action and revolutionary operational strategies. She excels at catalyzing business reorganizations and to capitalize on emerging opportunities. And she knows how to use big words that gets me a little bit tongue-tied here, but that's okay. We'll get through this. I apologize for kind of stumbling a couple of times there, Telena, but it's my pleasure to introduce her. And she has some slides, and I'm gonna go ahead and pull up the first one, Telena, and you just let me know when you're ready to go to the next.
Well, thank you, Jerome. My goodness, actually, that was a wonderful presentation. So welcome, everybody. Thank you so much for attending today's segment. I am learning so much here, just like you, and I'm so honored to be a part of today's Biz Connect. So without further ado, let me tell you a little bit more about what we do here. Right Choice Consulting Firm, we have over 200 services that we provide. I am not going to sit here and identify each one of those, but I do want to hang around with some major hitting points of what we do. So our goal here is just basically to fulfill the gap between government, NGOs, nonprofit organizations for small businesses, no matter if you're nonprofit or for small or for-profit. And the reason that is because we understand that these organizations are doing a phenomenal job. There are organizations like Sandy McDonald. I think I saw Brian Cunningham on here with, there's just so many organizations out here that are here to help you. And one of the things that we saw was that there was a need to fill the gap. So you may get all this great information, but some of you may struggle with writing your information, or you may need help with loan preparation. You may need executive and professional development training. Maybe this is your first time being a C-level executive, whatever it may be, or maybe you're seasoned, but you just need some coaching and mentoring along the way. Here at Right Choice Consulting Firm, we provide executives to help you. We have over 14 executives that sit on my team currently right now, and we are a very boutique firm growing fast, and we not only help here locally, but we also work nationally and globally. And we are, one of our number one, competitive niches that we have is that our executives must have a minimum of 15 years experience in a field of expertise. So if you're working with anybody on our team, you know you're dealing with an executive, a seasoned executive who's been there and done that. And listing here on our slide here, these are pretty much a lot of the service categories that we fall under when working with the government. These slides can be provided to you afterwards if you're looking to find out more information. You can also go to our website if you are part of ICABA, which I'm hoping that you are, and if you're not, please join. Inside the ICABA arena on my page, you'll also find these slides as well, so you have access. But either way, we work in an area of helping with grant writing. We're really well known for our grant writing techniques. I've been a grant writer for over 15 years successfully, procuring an enormous amount of grants. We have researchers on our team. We also have people that help you with sales and negotiations and contracts and bidding with the government, technical writing, helping you to respond to those RFPs that are out there. So if you heard something that Sandy said and you're saying, you know what, I've never written an RFP before, I really need to know how to do this. Or maybe it is you just don't have the time, you can reach out to our office and we can assist you in those efforts. Also, one of the things I wanted to talk to you all about is market research and knowing your market. And I'm gonna kind of wrap it up around after this, but research in business is extremely important. Knowing your market, knowing and gathering the data and staying relevant. COVID-19 brought something down upon us that a lot of us were not expecting, and many of us. And being able to pivot and shift into your and pivot into the market and be successful and sustainable is extremely important. And what I found that a lot of people were asking, how do I stay sustainable? What if what I have is not marketable at this time? So if you ever need help with those and have those conversations, we're here to have those, those conversations with you and help coach you through that process. And we have done so successfully. With everything that I said here, I just want to say kudos to all the leaders, professionals, whether or not you are a business owner or not. We're here to here to assist you in any way we possibly can. If you want to stay in contact with us, this is our contact sheet here. You could take out your phone, take a screenshot, or remember, if you're part of ICABA, you can get these slides given to you right off my page on ICABA's page. So all this information is here for you. Thank you so much for your time. I am so honored to be the Entrepreneur of the Week, and I'm so honored to be a part of ICABA and working with all you wonderful professionals.
Thank you, Telena. That was really a great presentation. Guys, all too often we hear where government or corporate people say, you know, we just can't find the business to work for us who have the capabilities and the expertise and the qualifications that we're looking for. Well, I got to tell you guys, we have a ton of very qualified professionals and entrepreneurs. And so through our ICABA World Marketplace, we've now created a place where we'll be able to match these folks up. And so as Telena mentioned, you can access everything on ICABA for free, okay? Well, let me back up. You can access ICABA for free, and you can see everything that we have for free, and then you can make a decision on whether or not you want to join and be a part and take advantage of that. And then some of the things that you want to do, it will cost, because we are a business, and obviously businesses have to be sustainable and profitable. But all the things that you're hearing today in terms of presentations, connections with folks are available to you for free at the ICABAworld.com. And go into our community, go into our marketplace, and you'll find all of these things. The replay of this event will be there. So now, without any more, as it relates to the ICABA promotion, so to speak, I'm going to go to our next speaker, a brother who I met recently, I guess about a year ago, and just really a phenomenal guy. His name is Ricardo Berris. And Ricardo, I'm sitting there trying to think, you know, we've become pretty close. Have we actually been in person together? I don't even think so. I mean, this whole COVID thing, I've gotten to be close with people that I have never actually laid hands on or given dap to. So I don't think we've actually had a chance to do that. But I am going to introduce Ricardo now, and he's with the MI Group. He's with the MI Group, and so somebody might need to mute their phone there. And he is, MI Group does a number of different things. It's a holding company for a number of different businesses, including a philanthropic effort he has called Purposely. But MI Group, as I became aware of them, also is a marketing or digital marketing firm. And Ricardo has over 17 years of entrepreneurial experience in addition to his marketing expertise. And because of that, he has a range of skill sets that helps him to work with others to get through the ventures that he's helped to create and manage, and his strategic progression and connection between each venture provides leverage opportunities for his clients to enjoy benefits. He is intentional about adding value to individuals, startups, and existing businesses. And as an entrepreneur, he is relentless in making a difference in the lives of those he comes in contact with. And that is why he is here today. So ladies and gentlemen, Ricardo Berris.
Good morning. Thank you, Hutch. We have not met physically, just so everyone will know, which is amazing. It's really funny how in a pandemic world where everything is digital, we have been able to forge relationships beyond our imagination. And the one that Hutch and I have forged is an example of that. Thank you again for the introduction, and good morning to all. More than 70% of our people, which I regard as our businesses or minority or Black-owned businesses, we don't do very well because we are not tech savvy enough to cause some of the successes that we see in a digital environment to happen. And so in a world where everything is becoming digital, there's a huge transition now, and we call it the digital exodus, where everyone is moving to digital. Everything has to have a digital face and presence. Over 70% of us don't know how to do that. And this is a huge problem and adds to the failure for a lot of the businesses that we so dearly spend so much time in. Our company, MI Group, is one of our focus is to help to make a difference and change that for the foreseeing future. We are a full service digital marketing and software development company. We provide professional services and self-administered solutions to non-tech savvy small businesses. And so these are business owners that they're aware, you hear it on the news, you see it amongst your friend, and you hear the talks in town, but not savvy enough to get your hands in the weeds to get and cause these things to happen. We have a team of experienced and professionals, over 50 plus years combined across different languages. I do speak Spanish. We have an office out in South America as well to actually help you. If this is a space that you'd like to be a part of, we can cause some of those things to happen. I'm always for moving the needle forward, because a wheel that doesn't spin is stuck. And so it is important that we help each other, and this is why we're here. One of the things that we do, particularly if you struggle with getting more sales, getting more revenue, if you struggle with getting any semblance of exposure, whether it's your website, your social media, or even your email, the problem is you should not spend another dime without doing these two things. You should get a hold and a handle on your customer persona. If you don't understand who it is that you're trying to speak to, it's going to be very difficult to get a message across. And so one of the things that I would admonish you to do is to get a handle on that customer persona before you spend another dollar on an advertisement or to do anything else with your online or your digital strategy. The other thing is your customer journey. If you don't know the pathway you're asking your customer to take, it is going to be very difficult for you to have any kind of success. And so the idea for you to then assume these different eventualities in the journey of your customer is super important to garnering the kind of success that you see others are benefiting from online. So those are two things that I believe you should stop and think about before you spend another dollar, whether it's you're spending it with an email provider or Google or any of the other guys. You should not spend any more, because for all I care, maybe you could give that to ICABA, because it's really you're wasting with those other people. But you have to understand the journey and you have to understand the persona. And this is a big part of what we do. And also as a strategist, you get me to speak clearly to you and to your success and to your goals and your achievement. So those are the two things. I will leave here in the chat access to me. Of course, you have the ability to also connect with me on ICABA. You have the ability to connect with me anywhere else. But I'm super excited to help to see what the realization of all the companies that are here today will look like in 10 years from now. You will have to have a successful digital strategy to get there. And if that is not included in your journey, thank you for connecting. And this is the moment of change for you. Let us be in touch. Thank you, Hutch.
Hey, thank you, Ricardo. And for anybody here that may not totally have grasped what Ricardo was talking about as it relates to persona and customer journey, people cannot do business with you if they don't know who you are. Well, first of all, if you don't know who you are, you're not going to project it correctly into the marketplace. So it starts with you. Secondly, if you've ever been to a grocery store and had kids with you and you're standing in the checkout line and the kids are grabbing candy because it's low-hanging fruit, literally, for them to reach out and grab, or you bumped into something that was right in front of you and you realize, oh, this is the sales bin, they want me to see that. That's what's called a customer journey. The grocery stores are phenomenal at building customer journeys. From the minute that you walk into that store, everything that you see, that you hear, that you touch is designed to create, if you will, business opportunities for them to sell you something. If you don't know that same thing for your business in terms of how do people know who I am, what I do, how do they get to me, and you don't have that set up so that you're able to touch them all along the way to ensure getting success when it comes time for the call to action, then you need to talk to people like Ricardo Berris, particularly the MI group, and they can help you put that together. So now I'm going to introduce our next speaker. And we're having a really great time. We're going to run a little bit over today. I've really kind of packed this first one up a little bit, but I think that hopefully you'll find this is going to be well worth it. Our next speaker is Kevin Clingman, who has over 20 years of SBA, USDA, and commercial real estate lending experience. He is a well-rounded individual with an understanding of small business lending, having worked for both urban and rural-based banks. Over the past several years, he has closed $22 million in loans to car washes. You say car washes? Yes. There's a Black-owned company out of Atlanta that he's been working with. I think actually they're out of Houston, but he'll tell you that, be sure. And they are franchising their concept. And so don't laugh at car washes because they are doing extremely well. He's also provided $16 million in finances to franchise businesses. And Kevin Clingman, I'm going to turn this over to you and let you take it from here, sir.
Well, thank you, Hutch. Hutch and I go way back to some days in Louisville. It's been great to connect with him over the past couple of years. As Hutch mentioned, I work for Acclivity Financial, which is a subsidiary of Citizens Bank that is headquartered in Tennessee, in Elizabethton, Tennessee. We are a national SBA lender and close anywhere from $175 to $200 million a year in SBA loans. We, as I mentioned, we lend all over the United States, and we have a strong team. Our average, we have 58 employees in our subsidiary, and the average years of experience is about 14 years. And so we have dedicated people to help folks through the process of underwriting and closing and then servicing after the loans are closed. But we have a great team to help walk you through the process. Many of you have this year and last year have heard a lot about the PPP program. And that has been some temporary stimulus financing for a number of businesses. But what a lot of folks have not heard about is under the recently passed stimulus, and even the previous one, there are some incentives that are now available. One is the guarantees fees are being waived. Depending on the size of your project, that can make a huge difference of additional money that you don't either have to borrow or to put into the project. Additionally, as part of the recently passed stimulus, SBA makes up to 6 months of regular principal and interest payments after your loan fully funds. And that's for the loans that are approved by the SBA through September 30th of this year. For example, we are a preferred lender. So we have delegated authority from SBA to underwrite and approve the loans. And I will tell you, this program is similar to what occurred back in 2010 or 11 when President Obama took office as part of that stimulus program, where the federal government raised the guarantee to 90% and waived the fees. It was huge. And so I say that to you, that now is the time. If you've got projects that you are working on, now is the time to connect and begin the discussions. Don't wait till September of this year and then all of a sudden you want to pursue something. Now is the time, because there is a lot of demand and we are very busy right now. You can use the SBA 7A program, for example. If you need to refinance debt, help improve your cash flow, which is important given where we are, with COVID and the economy. Refinancing debt can give you some significant cash flow improvement. Purchasing commercial real estate, buying your own building. If you want to buy out your partners, or maybe you've got some seller financing when you bought a business or a building, you can refinance that debt. Financing typically is up to 90%. We do construction loans. It's all one loan. It's construction and it goes to permanent. With the SBA 7A program, we can do up to $5 million. With USDA, we can actually go up to $10 million. And these programs have great terms, but the big thing right now is taking advantage of the waiving of the guarantee fees and taking advantage of the 6 months of regular principal and interest payments. The 90% guarantee helps us as a lender, where your deal, your loan would normally get a 75% guarantee for most cases. It goes up to 90%. And so it's an additional incentive for the banks to make loans. If you've got a big collateral shortfall, or maybe there's another issue, the 90% can make the bank, our bank, more comfortable. Right now, we're actually ranked as the 22nd largest SBA lender in the country. As Hutch mentioned, as a side note, I do a lot of car wash financing, specifically now express car washes. And so we work very closely, for example, with it, as Hutch mentioned, I'm here in Atlanta with an African-American owned franchise company that is recently launched their franchise group, but also have developed a number of car washes here in Georgia. Right now, for example, we have 4 that we are getting ready to start for franchisees in Florida, in Fort Lauderdale. We are starting construction of a car wash in Fort Lauderdale, and there will be a second location. These are African-American entrepreneurs. 2 car washes in Tampa. One of them is an existing customer of mine that I've had a long relationship with. But again, these are all people of color. And a 5th car wash we're going to be starting in Daytona Beach. And so if you have an interest in franchising a car wash, give me a call. If we can assist you with any of your financing needs, we're here to help, and we'll walk with you through the process.
Thank you, Kevin. And guys, access to capital is critical. It's the mother's milk to all entrepreneurs. Well, we have now come into the final stretch, and I'm going to place a couple of polls up here. We'd like to find out how you feel about your experience here today. And so we really appreciate if you would take a second and just check off. There's only 2 of them, and it'll probably take you 5 seconds to answer the questions. And right now, it's also my pleasure to bring up our, if you will, cleanup hitter. And we saved the best for last, if you will. And our next speaker is a business mogul, and he has had a tremendous amount of success in the business world. But not only that, he has also been, if you will, someone has had a lot of success in life, having been abandoned as a child. He grew up in a one-room shack with his babysitter after being abandoned, and he has moved on now to become a 6-time Hall of Fame individual in both athletics and business. He's a legendary franchisee and the owner-operator of 60-plus franchise restaurants throughout the Southeast region of the United States, with many and several airports throughout Florida and Kentucky. He was also a developer of KFC's minority franchise program, I should say co-developer, and his company, Tinsley Family Concessions, owned and operated the #1 ranked TGI Fridays in the US for 9 consecutive years in the Tampa airport. He's a highly sought after motivational speaker, and he, as I mentioned, a 6-time Hall of Famer in athletics and business. Ladies and gentlemen, it is my pleasure to introduce to you George W. Tinsley Sr. He is our business mogul, and his mogul moments will now come. Thank you, George.
Good morning, everyone. And thanks for that tremendous introduction there, Jerome. I'll send my check to you to pay for that introduction. But it's been a pleasure to be a part of this tremendous group this morning, to sit and listen to, excuse me, all of the tremendous success stories and services that are out there throughout the state of Florida and around the country. I come to you today, as Jerome has mentioned, from the business side, as a franchisee and an entrepreneur, if you will, with that as top of mind. I wanted to make sure that I leave, as Jerome has instructed me, several key points with you as I conclude or go in and conclude my presentation here, which is very short. Some key takeaways. And And those takeaways, I want to mention them first, is to connect with your customer base, excuse me, being very involved in your community, being innovative, and learn from your mistakes. And lastly, and very important if you're in the franchising side, is to connect with a strong franchisor. As Jerome mentioned, I've had a pretty long career, professional sports, school teacher, coach, also a short stint interview and hiring at the FBI. Got smart and went to work. Went for the next offer, which was to go to work with KFC, and I worked for the corporate structure there for 8 years, and then had the opportunity to become a franchisee. And I have been a franchisee with KFC for 37 years, as well as being involved with quite a few other franchise groups as franchisee and also as a licensee. I'm in the airport business in several airports: Miami, Fort Myers, Tampa, and Louisville, Kentucky. And Louisville, Kentucky, by the way, is my home. But one story I wanted to share with you that kind of encapsulates all of the points that I mentioned was that when we first opened our first restaurant 37 years ago, it was a strong success. 5 years into that, the restaurant, one April morning, I got a call and to let me know that the restaurant was on fire. And of course, April Fools, went along with the story and laid back down. Then I got another call, said, "Mr. Tinsley, your restaurant's on fire." So this time I took it serious, jumped up, shot out of the window of the house, and drove down to this restaurant, which was not too far from where we live. And as I approached it, I saw all of these flames and cars everywhere and so forth. And it just, this was our $1 million restaurant. And in those days, $1 million restaurant was top of the line. And we had a number of employees, and it supported the whole family. We had a couple of other restaurants, but they weren't as successful as that one. A couple of other KFCs, by the way. And so while standing there and looking at this massive fire and knowing that everything that we'd worked hard for was just going up in smoke, so to speak, I saw the traffic was backed up. I saw these lunch trucks out there that were in line headed to their locations. And so I got the idea that, obviously our customers weren't going to be able to come to us for a period of time as we looked at rebuilding or whatever the next step was, because it was heavily in debt with that location that still hadn't been paid for. And so I gave a quick call to the corporation, KFC Corporation, threw an idea at them about developing a truck that we could deliver chicken with, and so I got a verbal approval. So I started following those trucks throughout their location, and found all of those locations that they were making and the times that they were going to be there. So I developed this truck with the warming cabinets, with their cash register, everything in that truck. And this was back in 1990. So I would load up at my other restaurants early in the morning, and I was driving around beating those trucks to their spot, selling snackable items out of our truck. And in our restaurant, we were doing about $1,500 a day when it was open, and sometimes higher than that. But with that truck, we got that up to $1,500 a day selling chicken out of that truck, drinks and so forth. And then coming back to that spot at the end of the evening and parking there to let everybody know that we were coming back. Now, that turned out to be of course, it was God speaking to me to do that. It wasn't my brilliancy that came up with that. So when we reopened that store, we actually did twice the volume. Now, that was a very successful, ray of sunshine through this dark cloud. And but without having a great connection with our community, and without having a great connection with our customer base, having a strong franchisor that stood behind us when we hit this tough point, and just being innovative in being able to pick up that specific scenario of the lunch truck and selling chicken out of that. And I wish I had a picture I could show you of that truck that we would drive. I would drive around 6'5" in this van, and with my two children, they would ride with me sometimes when school was out, and had a little chicken horn that would cluck cluck, and it was like the ice cream truck coming through the community. So, but kind of funny, but net it turned out to be a great business idea, and gave me an opportunity to redevelop the restaurant as we were growing it back, to fix some of the issues that we had before, because we did not project that restaurant to do $1 million the first year. So we got that corrected, and that helped us double the volume. So bottom line, the takeaways there, as I said, are just having a strong relationship with your community, your customers, your franchisor, if you will, and being able to be innovative. So I wanted to share that with you, for those of you out there that are looking to become entrepreneurs, that are in business, and you run into these dark clouds such as this pandemic that we're going through now, and find new ways of being able to generate the business and turn your obstacles into opportunities.
Hey, I think that's the last word, everybody. So this was ICABA Biz Connect inaugural event. And I hope that you've enjoyed it, getting connected to the kind of relationships, information, opportunities that will enhance your business growth. We look forward to seeing you in 2 weeks, and keep posted on LinkedIn and ICABA, and in your email, and you'll find out all the details on the next ICABA Biz Connect, which will be coming to you on Wednesday, March the 17th. We're happening the first and third Wednesday of every month. Thanks a lot, everybody. Have a great day. I hope we've gotten your day off to a great start. I want to say thank you to all our speakers. Thank you to everybody who's attended, who's been here. I'm fired up. I'm excited, and I hope you are too. Go have a great day, and let's kill it.